Welcome everyone. Career Research Project Section 2. I have some information for you to read. There you go. I'll give you a minute. I want you guys to know, I know you've been working hard. After grading all of Section 1, more than anything that stands out to me is that you guys have been working hard. And that maybe you haven't understood everything. So I'm attempting doing this style of teaching so that you guys understand more. You can come back to this video as many times as you want. You can also post questions. I'm going to make sure that there's a comment box underneath me that you'll have to log into your Google Docs. I'm going to make sure this is posted on my website. So Section 2, we're about to start. Section 2, you have to choose a topic. I'm going to tell you right now what it is, so hopefully it's very clear. You have to choose a topic that is connected to your career, that is either an area of focus or an area of expertise. So let me talk first about an area of focus. So say I was doing teaching and I want to look at educational trends because I've been hearing in the news that changes are happening. I would put that in a search engine, either the database of EBSCOhost or in Google, and I would see what kind of news articles and journal articles would be generated from there. I have not chose a topic yet. All I've started doing is looking. I don't choose a topic until I see that I have at least 3 articles that I could take notes about. So the first part, you guys, you have to search and read articles and figure out what your topic is. And so then I find out that flipping the classroom is something that's really exciting and new to education and is showing great results. And I find not only 3 articles, I find 4 articles. And I decide that this is going to be my topic, flipping the classroom. And I might even go even more specific and say in the English class, which is what I'm doing for you guys. So you're choosing a topic, an area of focus. I cannot tell you guys what that topic is going to be because every career is different and there's going to be tons of choices. I'm definitely going to be able to help you. I've been saving articles from NPR because, I don't know, they're like a treasure trove of wonderful information. So that's the first part, is choosing a topic. And then finding the 3 sources. I know some of you are groaning. You see that you have to take 20 new note cards. This isn't information you've got already. You should not be taking note cards about salary. You should not be taking note cards about education. You should not be taking about benefits. These have to do with your topic. Perhaps defining what flipping the classroom is, what it would look like, what are the pros, what are the cons. Those are the things you want to take notes about. You're going to be writing an organizational outline. I would argue that this is the kind of outline you're most experienced with. You'll get more information. I'm just kind of giving you a broad idea about everything, with you knowing that choosing the topic is what you need to walk in on class to be ready to do. The organizational outline sets up what a paper would look like. You will have in-text citations because you need to mention your information in this outline. It's really a way of making sure you have enough information to actually write a paper. So it's really useful. You're going to write the actual research paper with inline citations. Anytime you paraphrase, quote, use an idea, refer to something that is not your idea, you need to have an inline citation. You need to add all your sources to your works cited page, and there will be a presentation. I know, more groaning. Don't worry about the presentation yet. I'm mentioning it now just so you know that it's on the horizon. That this topic, what you're choosing right now, is going to turn into something that you present to the class. The 5-paragraph research paper. Okay, I told you that this is the hard part, but I would argue probably the most important part of your high school English career, learning how to do a paper like this. Your area of focus needs to connect to your career choice. We are going to have a brainstorming session in class, so I want you to think about what things in the news have you heard about your career? Do you think the population might change how your career is governed in the next 5 years, 10 years? Why? Think about those things. I think about my own career, how education is going to change because of things like this, technology, changing needs of students, better ways of teaching. So right when we come to class, we're going to write down as many ideas as we can and then use those ideas to search. Okay? So I said, talking about flipping the classroom or BYOT. It is another one, you guys. I don't think it's shocking that I'm excited about these things. So right now you're actually viewing something that is part of flipping the classroom. I've switched the order that we're doing things. You're watching this lecture at home. You could watch this lecture again. You could stop it, take notes. Like right now, if you have ideas of what you could search for your topic, stop. Write it down on a piece of paper. If at any point you have a question or you don't understand, stop the video. Write it down. Okay, so what else? Other issues that could go with choosing your topic. Changing population. Think about how the population changing could affect your career. Think about technology. Think about the effects of recession. How is us having less money in certain areas shifting focus for careers? Now, all I'm giving you is ideas to think about. I've given you nothing specific, and that's the problem, is you have to figure out something specific. Environmental concerns, there's all kinds of careers that are trying to limit the damage or debris. They're trying to do things in a more environmental way. Think about advertising. How if you put organic on something, how that might increase your sales. But then think about how, have any of you seen all the wind turbines we have in Cleveland now? How is that a good thing? Is that generating power in a cleaner energy source? Interesting things. I don't know how this will apply to your specific career, but hopefully by listing off these things, you're getting an idea of what you can make your paper about. I'll let you read this for a minute. I think the two most important words from this are applications and implications. So how can you apply the changing population, technology to your career, and what implications does that lead? And this is just to get you thinking about a topic. You're going to need to utilize Google tools. I'm going to mention spelling and correct information because a lot of the sources weren't correct, and you can't blame the technology. Some of these things I think we need to look at together to make sure we're not repeating information and that we're using the information correctly and that we are spelling things correctly. So you need to find at least 3 sources. In this day and age, of course you can use Google, but I want you to be aware of this paid resource that the school provides for you that's a database. It means it's searching a whole bunch of different journals that you can get electronically, which is fantastic, and I love the time period we're part of. This does need a user ID and a password, which is available at school. I'll make sure to put it on the chalkboard. Once you're inside, you'll want to pay attention to the word you put into the search bar and that you have clicked on the box that says full text. You'll notice underneath limit your results, I have a box checked. It says full text. You don't want to find an article that you have to pay for that you can't find or that's only an abstract. It means it's not a complete article. Once again, it applies that it shouldn't be older than 3 to 5 years, and watch how long your documents are. Some of you guys might find journal articles that are hundreds of pages long. In real research, you guys, they would read all of that. Some of it you'll be able to tell if you can use it just by the summary that first comes up, but you need to have that full text available to you. So here we go. Here's a full text article about ultrasound modern day concerns. This is maybe something someone could use if they're looking at being a baby doctor, yeah, or a midwife. Well, in Noodle Tools, you need to start a new project. Label it Career Focus. Make sure you're adding it to my assignment Dropbox. Make sure we're linking all note cards to the sources. In section 1, I was seeing a lot of note cards that were not linked to a source. The easiest way that I have found to do this is to add the information to the bibliography and then click on New within that. It's automatically going to link it, and make sure you're linking correct information. Make sure you're taking notes on new or interesting information. Sometimes I can do it, right? I already mentioned it's like a skeleton of your paper. It is a writing strategy that helps you make sure you have enough information and how best to organize it. Make sure you're using the formatting that I taught you with Roman numerals, and then you tab over with A's and B's and 1s and 2s, and then on top of that, you can't have a 2. You can't have a 1 if you don't have enough information for a 2. You might have just an A and B. Maybe that's how you arrange your information. That's what it's about. How best to arrange your information. There we go. The format for the research paper is you do need an introduction. You'll need 3 body paragraphs, and then you'll need a conclusion. It needs to have in-text citations. And I think just one more thing. Oh no, 2 more things. When you have to move your correct MLA citation from Noodle Tools to your Google Docs document. You should have a works cited page already started. You'll want to make sure that you double check spelling and make sure you alphabetize, because now you're going to be inserting more sources and they need to be in alphabetical order, which comes to this one. Do not number those sources. The alphabetizing is how there's order to them. Make sure you have proper formatting and spacing. And the last thing I'm going to mention is the presentation. You will have to do a presentation. It'll be based on the paper. You will not be reading from your paper. And I will give you more about this later. I just want you to be aware that this is going to be part of this. All right. Please generate questions. Start brainstorming. Watch the video again if you have any questions. I think that's it for now. I'll see you in class. Bye.